Professor Dumpster, and I'm going to tell you the story of how and why I lived in a dumpster just like this one for an entire year.
Not a sound you want to hear in the middle of the night.
So I'm sitting in a Starbucks in Central Texas, and I'm working on what professors do, writing academic papers. And so there's a really exciting academic paper that I was working on. I can even remember the title, it was so exciting. Intra-urban concentrations of particulate matter less than 10 microns in diameter and the adverse effects on epidemiological cohort studies, a review. So yeah, life was pretty fucking boring. You know, I've got to mix it up. I've got to do something. And just then, a dumpster truck pulls up, a guy hops out, he goes and opens those little gates, you know those little gates, and pulls in, grabs a dumpster at the Starbucks, dumps it, puts it back down, and as he's going back out, back into the truck, like time sort of slows down, and I see that his name tag says Jeff. He hops in, and I'm like, man, this has got to be some sort of sign from the universe. Now, I was in a state of like already resetting. I had recently gone through a bad breakup, AKA divorce. Some things were happening in my personal life and my family. And so I was really needing a reset. And so I sat there and sort of stared at the page for a minute. And then I actually remember writing in my journal something to the effect of like, sell all of my stuff and move into a dumpster for a year.
It's a dumpster concept. Live, food, clothing, shelter for 1 year in a dumpster.
So I'm like, okay, let me call my most skeptical friend and pitch this. So I call my friend Yvette and I say, hey, Yvette, like I had an idea. I'm going to sell or get rid of everything I own. All my clothes, hats, glasses, shoes, books, furniture, silverware, my lamp. And then I want you, Yvette, to drop me into a dumpster, butt-ass naked with no clothes and no possessions, and I'm going to work my way back into society. She says, you know, I don't know why the hell I'm about to do this, to say this, but it sounds like a good idea. And that was the validation I needed to start my journey into the dumpster. Step one, get rid of everything. So I go on Facebook, which was a thing at the time, on my class Facebook page, and I say, listen, students, at 6 p.m. tomorrow, here is my home address. Come by, and everything in my house is $1. Now, the purpose of this was just to get rid of everything really fast. And of course, they showed up at about 6 o'clock. By probably 6:20, everything was cleared out in my house outside of the one backpack of stuff I wanted to keep to move into the dumpster.
So subscribe to watch future episodes on turning this rusty can all the way into a dumpster paradise. Some of the things we did with education, from teaching young kids about where their trash goes, all the way up to my students winning a National Ford Foundation Sustainability Prize. We'll talk about some of the things that went wrong, like almost getting dumped or filling up the dumpster with water. We'll talk about what it's like to have a girlfriend for a year while living in a dumpster. And finally, what came out of all this? The startup that aimed to solve for affordable housing, Kasita. So stick around. We've got a lot of other dumpster videos, but we'll also be talking about things like showering every 19.4 days, wearing the same jumpsuit every day for 300 days a year, other stuff like that. So please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.